You are dead center of the greatest scientific event in the history of man.
Hello.
Hey everyone, this is Sean Wist with a video review of Ex Machina. Now, Alex Garland has written some fantastic concepts for films in the past, like Sunshine and 28 Days Later, and now he brings another great idea to his directorial debut. The movie follows a young programmer after he wins a competition to spend a week with the CEO of his company. And now the CEO is a reclusive genius of sorts who lives in a kind of isolated utopia. And as the employee soon discovers, he was actually brought there to test out the latest invention in artificial intelligence that resembles a woman. This is a film that's deceptively simple, and while I wouldn't say it raises any new questions about AI, it definitely has layers to it, as well as some characters that are just a lot of fun to watch. Oscar Isaac plays the CEO, and you might recognize him as the X-Wing pilot from the latest Star Wars teaser, and he just does a really great fucking job at playing that eccentric genius character, you know? Somehow he's able to give his character an immediate likability despite the fact that you don't really trust him and you often disagree with how he goes about things. He's kind of wacky, and you just wouldn't mind having a few beers with the guy. Alicia Vikander plays Ava, the AI, and I guarantee you'll spend most of the movie in awe of how human-like this machine is rather than the other way around. She just pulls it off perfectly. Now, the odd man out here is Domhnall Gleeson, and while his character wasn't bad per se, he just didn't stand out among these other two very unique characters. Now, given that the story is about two men interacting with and talking about a machine, the characters are able to discuss what the audience is thinking in real time. It's actually a really clever way of the film conversing with its audience. For me, this kind of science fiction that pushes its story and its characters to the forefront is just refreshing. I actually enjoyed spending time with them and sharing in their experiences. Now, there's one scene in particular that's one of my favorite scenes that I've seen this year, where Ava gets dressed. And in a way, it was the physical representation of the evolution of her character, or maybe the realization of who she is, or maybe a bit of both. And I really couldn't help but sympathize with her character, even if I couldn't figure out why. It's that kind of writing that makes this film really stand out. The end of the film seems inevitable, but despite knowing how things were going to happen, I was still conflicted over how I felt about the ending, and I really mean that in a good way. It's an ending that challenges what you think and how you feel about the topic at hand, and it made me feel a certain way that only great science fiction does.
Where's the real test? You!
Is it strange to eliminate something that hates you?
I'm giving Ex Machina an 8 out of 10.